Two filmmakers are getting a lot of Oscar buzz for their new documentary, Attica. It chronicles one of the largest prison riots in this country.
Attica was fear.
It was 70% black and brown prisoners, all white guards. What could go wrong?
Grab the guards, grab the keys.
All hell broke loose.
Tell me this, are these primarily blacks?
The film explores the 1971 standoff between mostly black and Latino inmates and officials at the Attica Correctional Facility, located in the predominantly white New York town. Attica examines the inmates' demands for the recognition of their humanity during a time when most racial justice activists embraced prisoner rights as an extension of their fight for civil rights. Movie critics say the film highlights the urgent, ongoing need for prison reform some 50 years later. For more on this, I want to bring in Stanley Nelson and Traci Curry, the co-directors of this movie. First off, congratulations to both of you for making this film. Stanley, I want to begin with you. Why tell this story, this particular story, and why tell it now?
It's a story that could have been told almost any time, and probably it's a story that could have been told, could be told, 10 years from now. But there's a bunch of reasons why I felt that the story really needed to be told now. One is the conditions of prisons in this country, which haven't changed a lot, and in many ways have gotten worse as we've incarcerated more and more people. Another reason is that the people who are in the yard in the prison, who had rebelled, a lot of them were in their early 20s, and so now they're in their early 70s. And I felt that this was the best time that we could get their story, firsthand from them, and they're incredible in the film. And so, in many ways, the people involved, tell their own story. There's no narration in the film, and it was really important to get them, while they were still able to tell their story.
And Traci, to Stanley's point there, in your documentary, you hear from many former prisoners and people who were brought in to help negotiate as well. And so many of them say that this standoff did not have to end the way it did. Do you agree with that sentiment? And if so, why?
Absolutely. I mean, I certainly have to agree with the people who were there and that lived it and that experienced it. We know from hearing from the observers in the film that they very much wanted the governor at the time of the state of New York, Nelson Rockefeller, to come in and intervene. And they felt like if he could only see for himself what they were seeing in terms of this buildup of anger and rage of all the law enforcement that had amassed outside of the prison, that he would not allow the retaking to go forward because they understood the inevitability of the violence that they believed would and in fact did happen, and was actually far beyond what anybody could have imagined, the brutality of that day that resulted in the killing of more than 36 people at the hands of the state. So yes, I would absolutely agree with what they said, that it just did not have to happen the way that it did.
There is such great detail in this film, and of course you got your hands on that amazing archive footage, which is interesting because it was highly televised at the time, right? The inmates wanted media coverage. So Stanley, talk to us a little bit about getting a hold of that footage, how difficult it was, and then what do you hope viewers will gain from watching this documentary?
Yeah, from the very beginning, we looked at the archival as another character in the film, and we were very clear that we wanted to find everything and see everything and just get everything. We used a number of sources. But you have to understand that most of the film, the color film that you see of Attica, was shot on film in Attica, New York, 250 miles from New York. And they would get flown back to New York and developed, and then they would choose a certain portion to show in the news. So a lot of the stuff that's in Attica was never broadcast. And so From digging, we found so many things that weren't aired, and we were able to tell a complete story. One of the fascinating pieces of Attica was that when the prisoners first took over the prison, they invited the media in, and they said they wanted the media to film the whole thing because they felt in some ways that the world needed to see what was going on, but also that it would afford them some kind of protection. And so the footage of the takeover is just, it's amazing. You know, I try to describe it to people, and I end up just saying, you know, it's just nuts. You got to see it to believe it. In the archival, I've never seen anything like it.
Right, of course. And in the end, you know, bringing in the media did not afford them that protection that they hoped for. Traci, Attica is, of course, receiving a lot of Oscar buzz, so congratulations about that. How does it feel to see your collective work potentially be recognized by the Academy? And even further, what do you hope the audience takes away from watching your film?
Yes, well, thank you for that. Congratulations. It's really an honor to be recognized in this way by the Academy. And I think more than anything, I'm just so happy for the people who are in the film, because when we, you know, approached them about being in the film and reliving this moment of profound trauma, what we told them is that we would do our best to do justice by their story and honor their story, and you know, the dignity with which they were able to share what happened and the grace that they had with recounting that for us. So more than anything, I'm happy for the recognition of what happened to them, and that they have this platform. And I think as far as what we can take away from it, you know, we made this film in 2020 in the middle of the pandemic, in the middle of these global protests around George Floyd. And it was a highly visible moment of resistance about law enforcement abuses. And that's what we see happening at Attica. And that was 50 years ago. So in some ways, some things have not changed. And I think that the film can be very instructive. And I think it can be just a reminder of kind of the extent to which the state will go to reassert its power in the face of a righteous challenge to that power. And I think it's just sort of a reminder and very much reflective of where we are today.
Traci Curry and Stanley Nelson, thank you so much for joining us. You made a very powerful film. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And you can watch Attica on Showtime, which is a division of Viacom CBS.